So once we've built your website, the next step is on-site search engine optimization. Now, when you hear search engine optimization, people generally think getting to the top of Google or getting to the top of search engines. And that's true. That's exactly what the end result is. But there's a few ways that we achieve that. There's on-site SEO and there's off-site SEO. And that's the two core sections of what we're looking at. Now, what we're talking about when we build your website, when we say we're going to do on-site SEO, what we mean is we're going to go through all the pages of your site and we're going to make sure that they have all of the required elements to allow it to have the best chance of ranking on search engines. So on-site SEO is, for example, your H1 and H2 tags, which is like your headings and whatnot, making sure that we've got the headings on your site, because that's what tells Google what the pages are about, making sure the headings are all coded correctly, going through all of the images on the website and making sure the images are scaled so they're not taking hours to load. I mean, you don't want to get to a website and then have to wait for the page to load. So you want to optimize the speed of the page. And Google looks at the load speed as well. It wants to send people to pages that load quickly so that they can get the information they're after. Also, if you're in an area that has a slow internet connection, you don't want to be waiting for pages to load. You want it quickly. So we're also optimizing the efficiency of people visiting your site and staying on it, not leaving. Because if people leave your site because it takes too long to load, Google sees that as a bounce rate. So a bounce rate is when someone comes to your site and then leaves because they couldn't find the information they're after. So optimization is actually thinking about things from a bounce rate perspective. Are people able to get to the thing they're after on that page quickly? So it's just thinking about it from a different perspective. So our SEO guys aren't just thinking about words and whatnot, but it's also thinking about tagging. So your images should all have tags. So if, for example, you're a furniture sales company and you've got a red leather lounge, one of the images of the lounge might be tagged red leather lounge. Another image on the page might be, cherry red sofa. Another image on the page might be forks leather sofa, or it might be L-shaped lounge red, or these kinds of things. So you're trying to contribute to the page's ability to rank on search engine by telling the search engine what's on the page, either by using tags on images, by ensuring that the copywriting includes the keywords that are required. So often our copywriters will write the copy for you for your company, or the communications for your company, but what should be on a website from a communications point of view, and how that might have to be tweaked slightly to get you the right search engine ranking, are sometimes two different things. So the people who are working on your on-site search engine optimization are looking at your content. They don't want to disturb that because it's been written by a very intelligent communications strategists, but they'll maybe slightly edit it to ensure that a few extra keywords are slipped into the mix to make sure that it's ranking on Google for the correct keywords, or have the best chance of ranking on Google. Now, the other part to on-site SEO is things like, including a Google map on your site, including things like your ABN number. Google looks for things like ABN numbers and company numbers and addresses and phone numbers. It looks for these things to say, yes, this is a legitimate business. Things like your links to social media to verify that, yes, you are a business listed on Facebook, you are a business on LinkedIn, for example. There's a link to the director's personal profiles on the website. All of these kinds of things contribute to Google giving you what's called a better PR ranking. So the higher ranking you have is like the more legitimate your business is online. So Google looks for this sort of evidence of your legitimacy. It looks for the content, the amount of content in relation to the search phrase. It looks for and that's including images and tagging and whatnot. And then it also looks for things like your actual URL. So the domain name / the page name. It looks for the words in those names, because if the page is called red leather L-shaped lounge, simonsfurniture.com.au/red leather L-shaped lounge, and someone's looking for a red leather L-shaped lounge, that's very likely that page is going to rank higher on Google because it's specifically what I'm looking for. And it's that specificity that is what makes search engines operate. So our search engine optimization guys are literally analyzing your page and ensuring that your page is designed in such a way that it's going to rank the highest on search engines. Now, in comparison to off-site SEO is the marketing of your website essentially, or the links pointing back to your website. So for example, creating a Google My Business listing, creating a Google page, creating a Facebook page, creating a LinkedIn page, writing blogs on other blogs, and then including details of your business and links back to your business, mentioning your company name in stories, in the media, doing press releases. All of these kinds of things contribute to your PR score, contribute to Google's evidence base that other people are recommending you or know who you are or know of your existence. So the more people that connect to you, it sort of makes you more real. Without your relationship to the world, you're kind of nothing, right? So it's how you relate to the world. If you've got lots of followers on Facebook, then you're deemed to be more, you exist more than someone who has less followers on Facebook. So there's all of these sorts of things that are included in your off-site SEO. And off-site SEO generally happens as a function of doing all of the other things right. So in other services that we offer, for example, blog writing, that's one form of off-site SEO. In another service that we offer, for example, listing your business on online business listings websites, that's another form of off-site SEO. So off-site SEO should really be happening naturally in the course of doing all the other services that we offer correctly. You're going to naturally get off-site SEO anyway. Companies that sort of go out there and try to hack their off-site SEO, and by that I mean they pay an SEO company $500 a week to do off-site SEO, inbound linking, backlinks. Generally, those companies are trying to do it inorganically, and the money they spend doing it would be far better off creating genuine off-site SEO, which happens in the general course of business. Now, by that, I mean, you can pay someone like, for example, an Indian company to go and create 1,000 backlinks. That Indian company is going to go to Google. They're going to do a search on Google for, let's say, red leather lounge. And then they're going to find a whole bunch of stuff on red leather lounges. The first site they find that allows you to comment, they'll make a comment and say, yes, that's a very nice red leather lounge. I found one similar at Simon's Furniture, and then link to your website. Now, the problem is, apart from telling Google that it's a bit more legitimate, it's not really doing much else. Not a lot of people are going to find that comment. It's not going to have much result. So you've paid that person to do all of that work. It's kind of, borderline illegal in Google's eyes because you're trying to hack this search engine optimization. You would be far better off just writing a genuine article about something to do with red leather lounges, listing it on a genuine article site, getting some publicity from that site because it's a genuine story put somewhere genuine that links back to you. You're getting that natural SEO backlinking because it's a genuine thing you're doing. And every time you do these things genuinely, you get a massive influx of clients ongoing. Like we have clients where, for example, we have a bathhouse in Queensland that we're doing marketing for, and you will see that we literally the week that we added a blog article to their website about hens parties and the fact that we do hens parties, they started getting calls for hens parties because it was like, hens parties on the Sunshine Coast or hens party ideas Sunshine Coast, for example. And then it's like, well, there was a local hotel that did a partnership with the bathhouse and would allow people to stay at the hotel and then go to the bathhouse. So they created like this package deal, and then that package deal was put onto some package websites. Now, all of a sudden, there's people booking the hotel and coming to the bathhouse as part of the natural progression of that, but also that's another way that Google sees that backlink from the packages website to the bathhouse. So again, it started ranking better on hens party packages. So this sort of off-site SEO concept, it should be used, but it should be used as more of a theory by way of doing everything else right, rather than going out there and trying to hack your off-site SEO and paying some SEO company bucket loads of money to give you all this SEO. You're better off having some really good business ideas that do link back to you, getting them done properly, and by default you end up with off-site SEO.